This is lesson 34, session 1. We will be working on putting shapes together. And for today's lesson, we will be talking about the faces of these solid shapes, or also known as three-dimensional or 3D shapes. So the first question asks, what shapes are the faces of these solid shapes? So it says to draw one face of a cube. Remember that a face is the flat side that you see. So I'm outlining this right here so you can see what I'm talking about. This right here is called the face of the cube. It has a face there, and then over here on this side, this is also a face of the cube because those are a flat side of the shape. So when you look at this cube, this shape right here that I outlined in yellow would be the face. And so I hope you see that that is a square. So over here, they want you to draw what the face of a cube would be, so you should be drawing a square over here. Oops, sorry, this is hard to draw in here. It's not very straight. If that were straighter, that should be a square. That would be the face of the cube over here. Now it says to draw one face of a cone. You can't see the flat face of the cone, but on the bottom here is the flat side. If you had like in a cone at home, or if you look over here at this cone, you can see the bottom of it is the flat part. And if you were to trace around this, what shape would you get? If you had this standing on a piece of paper, like an ice cream cone upside down on your paper, what shape would you get if you traced the bottom of it? I hope you said a circle. The face of a cone is a circle. I'm going to do this with my finger so that it's a little bit more straight. There we go. So that is a circle. Okay, now it says to draw one face of a rectangular prism. So that would be any flat side. So right here you can see this is a flat side of the rectangular prism, and what shape would that be? I hope you said a rectangle. Now a rectangular prism also has this flat side right here, and what shape would that be if you traced it? That would be a square. So the rectangular prism has a square face and a rectangle face. But the direction says just to draw one face of a rectangular prism. I'm going to draw a rectangle. You could draw a rectangle or a square. Okay, so that is the face of those shapes. Okay, going to the other side. What shapes are these faces? So when you look at the cone, you can see this blue shaded part right here is the face of the cone. And when you look at the cylinder, this blue shaded part is the face of the cylinder, because those are the flat sides. So it says this cone and cylinder both have a face. What shape do you see for the cone, and what shape do you see for the cylinder? I hope that you said circle. They both have a circle face. So on the line here, you're going to write the word circle. The next one. Here we have a rectangular prism and we have a cube. It says this rectangular prism and cube both have a face. So when you look here at the blue shaded part of the rectangular prism, what shape is that? And when you look here at the cube, the blue shaded part, what shape is that? Those are the faces of both of those shapes, and I hope that you said a square. This rectangular prism and cube both have a square. We're going to write the word square on the line. S-Q-U-A-R-E. So this rectangular prism and cube both have a square face. Oops. Okay, going to the next page. Today we'll do the green page together. It says, think about what you know about circles. Fill in each box. Use words, numbers, and pictures. Show as many ideas as you can. Okay, so using words, what could we say a circle is? I would say that a circle is a round shape that has no sides or corners. Okay, so here I'm going to use my words and I'm going to say a round shape. I have to use my finger to write, so I have to write a little bit bigger. That has no sides or corners. Oops, corners. Sorry, it's very hard to write for me inside those boxes. So a round shape that has no sides or corners. For an example, I'm going to draw a picture of a circle. For another example, I'm going to say that a cone has one circle face. I'm going to draw a cone just to show what I mean. So it has a circle bottom. That is a cone right there. So when I say a cone has one circle face, that's what I'm talking about. A cone has one circle face. And then I'm going to put a cylinder. A cylinder is like a can of soup, so it has a circle, and then two lines, and then another circle. So a cylinder has two circle faces. A cylinder has two circle faces. Okay. Number 2, color the parts of the two shapes that are circles. So you're going to be coloring in the faces of the cylinder and the face of the cone. So I actually just drew the pictures right up here and did that. So when you look at the cylinder up here, you see the top and the bottom are the flat parts, and those are the circles. So I'm going to color in this part right here, and then this part down here. Those are the two shapes that are the circle parts of the cylinder. And on the cone, that's the flat bottom part right here. That's the face of the cone. That's the circular part right there that I'm going to color in. Number 3 says solve the problem, show your work. So draw one face of a cylinder. We just did that over here twice. We showed what the face of a cylinder is. That's the flat top and the flat bottom, and that is the shape of a circle. You should draw a circle here. And then draw one face of a cone. We also just did that up here. The face of the cone is, it's hard to see on this picture here, but is the top part right here, and that is also a circle. And then it says to draw one face of a rectangular prism. And we talked about this on the other page. A rectangular prism could either have a square face or a rectangular face. So you could draw either one because it says just to draw one. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. Okay, that is the end of session 1 for lesson 34.